Assalamu alaikum. Good evening to all. So we will be starting a class in a couple of in a 2 minutes. We will start up the class. You all people has went to an yesterday's class regarding an Azure policies and all. So today we will see some live environments, how the policies are working, and what are the main advantages, like how we can use the policy in our real-time scenarios. So that I will be discussing today. So today, the today's topic is nothing but based on our real-time scenarios. I will show you how the really in your real environment, how we are going to deploy or update our servers. So real environment setup I am going to explain you today. Okay. Those who are not attending the class, these classes are very much important classes. So here the first 1 or 2 3 sessions are basics ones, but after that we have started directly into an some topics which is basics to an advanced. So we are slowly we are moving from basic topics to an advanced topics in this environment, in Azure environment. So if you have any doubts or any queries in policies, Azure policies, let me know. As yesterday we have discussed about, I have given you some tasks. So hope you people has completed that task, right? Or do you have faced any challenges? Okay. Thanks for confirmation, Vahid. So anyone else has performed the task? So did you successfully perform the audit policy? Yes, Vahid.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
I'm
Sir, actually, you did not tell me to create a policy, but you said to generate a audit data, like how many systems are working in the environment and with what operating systems.
So have you generated?
I did that one. I get that one.
So through
I
how?
created to firstly I created a resource group, and after that started creating VMs. Two VMs I created in Linux, not Linux, Windows, and one in Linux. And
Okay.
then for one VM I created a separate zone. Like for two I created one zone, and for other one I created separate zone. And then I deployed that to VMs. It was deployed successfully. After deploying it, I just got I googled it out how to get a report on that, putting a report from the Azure console with respect to this what do you call that, the operating systems and the VMs which are running, the list of operating system VMs with the operating systems. So I googled that, and through the resource graph I could able to pull that report.
Okay, great. You can also do it.
Through monitoring also I tried, but it was asking for CLI, which I was not about. We did not need CLI, so I skipped that one, and instead of that I opted for this one, Azure Graphs, resource graphs.
So that you can also do it to through an Azure policies as well. So I asked you to like I want you to people, so do the same thing through an Azure policy. You will get the codes from Azure policy, so where you can get the audit information. Okay, great. Wahid, you have tried good options. So that is also one type of way where we can get the data, and for the auditing purpose also we can use an Azure policies. Okay. Okay, right. So today we will be starting up with an concept called as an update. I thought to start with an storage, but once if I told today, and I will have another 2 days of gaps, so you will be get forgotten. So about the this class. So I feel that the next week we will start fresh class with the storage. So today we will complete about an update manager. So which, what is the use and what is the advantages of update manager. So every company or every environment has his infrastructure. So infrastructure in the form of servers. So every servers will have an updates. So every month there are Microsoft updates, there are Linux updates. So every month we used to run some patching tools, or we need to perform some patching activity on all the servers. Let's take like if I have one or two servers, okay, I can log into servers and can check for updates and I can update it. But if you feel that like if I have some thousands of servers, so how you are going to manage it? That will be a major task in the companies. So uh, what we will be doing is nothing but we will be creating some policies. So based upon that policies, our update manager updates the environment, and then we will create a schedule. So based upon the schedule, the patches will get automatically deployed. So that we will see it in our lab sessions. So what we will going to say is we are going to create an update manager. So we are going to apply some policies in our environment, and we are going to build some new servers, and we will see that that policy has been applied. And parallelly we will also creating a maintenance window, or we will be creating a maintenance schedule, so that that schedule will run on specific time, so that my systems will get automatically updated. So this is a process where we are going to work. So Azhar, hope you are also working on update manager, means updating server patches and all. You are aware about it, right? Update and Azhar and who is there? Like Firasat is not there. Okay. So this is very much important task, so which we used to perform in our day-to-day activities, and in our day-to-day environment, job role. So one of a major important topic is nothing but it's an update manager. So today we will be seeing about an update manager. So Israr, have you gone through an studies class? If you have any doubts or any queries, you can let me know. So if you have gone through an video, and if you have any doubts, let me know. Okay. So those who have not attended a studies class, please go through a, recorded videos, and let me know if you have any issues. Okay. So let's now start up with our update manager. So let me share my screen. Yeah. So now, So here you can go with search as Update Manager. So Azure Update Manager. So what are uh, options in this? We will go and we will explore all these options. First is nothing but a resource. So resource can be your virtual machine or Azure local machines. Okay, if you go for virtual machines, so it shows you the entire virtual machines which are running on your virtual machine column. So if you have Azure machines means these are uh, local instance. So local instance is nothing but your hybrid model. Then you can go with manage. So if you can go with the manage, we have patch updates. So in a patch updates dashboard, you will see what are the pending patches which need to be applied. Okay. Then history of tasks which has been running uh, on your EC2 instances. Here you can configure your maintenance configuration. So you need to configure your downtime. So based upon this downtime, your patches will be get deployed. So then next is your policies, which are by default we have built-in policies, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 policies by defaultly. So we will be using the same default policies for our Azure virtual machines. So let me start up my virtual machine first. So it is in stop stage. Let me start it. Okay, my virtual machine has started now. So it is in running stage. Okay. So let's go to an update. Okay, let me. I forgot this one. So if you can also see here uh, in the operational column, you can see an updates. So here currently you can see periodical assessment is not enabled yet, and patch orchestration is not yet enabled. So here update names, no patches has found any patches are not found any updates. So we have not configured any patching policy on this machine. So only we are using and only we have applied only one policy. Let us go for policies here. Let us see how many policies are running. So VM creation policy and as uh, default policy. Okay. Go to update. Here we have 6 different types of policies. Let me explain you all the 6 different types of policies. Configure periodical checks for missing system updates on your Azure virtual machine. So whatever you have virtual machine, these policy will check any periodical means it will checks for your system updates. So if your system is not up to date, so this policy will show me that these patches need to be updated. So set prerequisites for scheduling recurring updates on your Azure virtual machine. So this policy is nothing but it will verify the prerequisites of scheduling updates on your virtual machine. Scheduling recurring updates on update manager. So through update manager we are scheduling our patch management. So we will be using this one, and we will be using configure periodical updates, this one. So machine should be configured as a periodical checks for missing system updates. So these we need to configure it, so automatically machine will be checked. And once we created the new virtual machine, it will check my periodical updates. So next is configure periodical checks for missing system updates on Azure Arc enabled servers. So what is Azure Arc enabled servers? Azure Arc enabled servers are the servers which are on your on-prem environment. So you can also deploy the patches on your on-prem environment by using an Azure Update Manager. Okay, that nothing but you need to install one of the tool that is called as Arc tool on your local on your on-prem server, so that you can start installing the patches on the machine. So patch installation, making your system or server highly secure and updated is very much important. So that's the reason why for every time when we are using our laptop, the Microsoft used to push some patches and we need to install it. As well as we are using Android phones and iPhones that also will get updated, so as per the updates received from the vendor. So in the same fashion, we are also using and here update manager for all our policies. So here next is your monitoring. So monitoring is nothing but you are creating a report, and you will create a report for how many servers has been patched and all. So that will be generating from here. And if you want to create any new alert, so like if any alert need to be created, if any resources has not patched or not got compliant, we can create that as well. So here we are not doing this thing. We are using only update manager for now. Okay. So let's go for overview here. So get started. So in a get started, first step, what we need to do, we need to create our assigned policy. So then we will schedule the updates. Then we will check for updates. Okay. These are the three things what we need to do. So first we will be assigning a policy. So assigning a policy, you can see you have multiple policies over here. Okay. There are n number of policies, but we are not going to use all these policies. Okay. Let's go for policies first. So what is the policy we need to use? Mm, periodic updates, right? Configure periodic checks for missing system updates. So you need to click this, and I need to assign the policy first, saying as assign a policy. So here I am selecting a scope. My scope is C410X. Okay, this is a policy information. Going for next. You remove this tick mark. Once you've removed this tick mark, you will get automatic by platform. So I can automate it by platform, like I can select Windows or Linux. So I will select Windows. So machine location. So here I am selecting as all locations. So it will deploy on my all locations. So tag on a machine, if there is a specific tag, you can mention any tag. So tag operation, if any of the tag operation. And next you need to go for remediation. So in the remediation, you need to, by default, this assignment will only take effect only newly created. So, but I want these need to be effect on all the machines which has been running. So I will be creating a remediation task. So remediation task for deploying non-existing policies. So policies to remediate, configure periodic checks for missing updates. So this is my remediation task which I am selecting it. So let me keep this as a system managed. I'm not going to keep anything. Okay, so I will use, yeah, see here, role assignment permission are created based upon the role definition specified in the policy. So permission is, we require a contributor permission, so that if you don't have a contributor permission, then you are not going to deploy, or you are not going to use this service. So the user, those who are configuring this update manager, should have an contributor permissions. Okay, so make sure that. So say next. So you can mention any comment over here. So simply click and review and create. So machine locations, all the locations, I say create. Yeah. Now my policy has been created. Let me go and see. I will remove this VM creation policy, what we have done yesterday. Yeah, I have deleted this one. So in a category, I need to select an Azure Update Manager only. It's showing me and all the policies. So it should not be there. Yeah. So all Update Manager related policies only I need to select. So here, I think it was not working. So that's the reason I got all the policies. Here we have performed this thing, check for periodic checks for missing system updates, and second is nothing but we need to select schedule recurring updates using an update manager. So by using an update manager, we need to schedule our updates. So that's the reason we will be selecting this, and we will be using this also as a policy. Assign the policy. So scope we will keep as C code NX only, and select next over here. Sorry. Machine should be configured to periodical checks. Assign a policy. Okay. Okay, let us see is this policy is applied on my machine or not. Click on virtual machine now. Go for updates. And go for policies. What are the policies applied on this virtual machine? It shows me. Yeah. Configure periodical checks for missing updates. This has been applied. Yeah. Let's close this one policies option. So for update manager again, and you need to schedule your updates. We need to create our schedules. It's nothing but we are going to create our maintenance configuration. We can create from there as well, or we can use our directly from other options. So directly go for uh, maintenance configuration. From here also we can schedule our maintenance configuration. From here also we can also configure our maintenance window. So let me see, is it showing into my pending updates or not? Let's check for pending updates. So you can see one out of one machine does not have periodical assessment enabled. So enable now for support machines to regularly check for updates. So periodical assessments need to be enabled. So these can be done multiple ways. So we will be doing through a policy. I know why it is always asking me for all the policies. So we need to set prerequisites for scheduling the requiring updates. And a policy. See next. So here you can add some more parameters, like if you want to divide into a particular resource group, you can select a resource group and enter the value, or else you can select the operating system and virtual machine locations. So you can select this. Already we have done that in uh, configurations. So I am not doing this. So I will be creating a remediation task. Next, review and create. Set prerequisites for scheduling recurring updates on Azure virtual machines. Click on create. For compute virtual machine, check your virtual machine whether it's started receiving your updates or not. Go for updates. Periodical assessment is still not enabled. Manage VM updates at scale and Azure virtual machine. Okay. So here it should be enabled. It should come to into a green stage. Just I'm waiting for that. It will take some time. So we used to use this policy also. Machine should be configured for periodical checks for missing updates. I'm assigning this policy to my scope. So these are default policies which in every environment we need to assign it. Keep it as a default. Say next. Say next. Review and create. So machine should be configured to periodically check for missing updates. So it will by defaultly it will check. So that is nothing but periodic assessment. Let's go for pending updates now. We are working on Azure Update Manager only. Refresh it once. Yes, Vahid.
Sir, in order to perform a configuration update policy, we need to do three checks, like three policies update. First, you did it for configuring periodic check, and the other one you did it for recurring, what do you call that policy, system update, and third you just did
Yes.
it for. So we need to do three at a time in order to configure
Yes,
each.
we need to perform it. Why? Because see, three policies has different roles. Let me explain you. Uh, we need to understand these policies what we are applying it. So here, configure periodical checks for missing system updates on Azure virtual machine. So what does this policy will do? It will configure your periodical checks. So it will configure that. So it will automatically checks for your updates. So system and nothing but we have also done set prerequisites for scheduling your recurring updates. So it will set your prerequisites like what you can say boot on particular time or uh, let me set pre-request and schedule calendar. So see here, the description is this policy will set the prerequisites need to schedule your recurring updates on Azure Update Manager by configuring patch orchestration. So patch orchestration you can see here. We can see patch orchestration. So these settings allow you to control how patches will be applied to your virtual machine. So this is a policy we need to apply it. We need to create this policy to uh, make your patch orchestration work successfully. Okay, so this is the second one. So and third one we went and created is machine should be configured to periodical checks for missing system updates. So let's see, to ensure periodical assessments for missing system updates are triggered automatically for every 24 hours. So for every 24 hours it will go and check is there any patches are missing or not. So if the patches are missing, then it will reflect, it will say that boss these patches are missing for this machine, we need to update it. So this is nothing but it is a continuous check for every 24 hour, this policy. Okay, and let me go to another policy, configure periodical checks for missing system updates on. So three policies are different, doing three different types. So configure auto assessment every 24 hours for OS updates on native virtual machine. You can control the scope of assigning. So how you are going to assign, that's a different matter, but it will automatically assess for every 24 hours for your OS updates, your operating system updates. So within your virtual machine, so this policy will run and check for your OS updates. This is the first policy. And second policy, what we did is set the prerequisites for scheduling updates. So these policy will set the prerequisites needs to schedule your updates. So first thing, in a OS level, so there are two things in a OS level and another is an Azure level. In a OS level, we set one policy. It will check what are the patches are missing, and second, it will second is nothing but prerequisites. So it will identify what are the prerequisites and for scheduling your updates, and it will make sure that all the prerequisites has been successfully enabled or successfully uh, allowed. So then next is nothing but we have uh, machine should be configured to periodical checks for missing updates. So to ensure periodical assessment for missing system updates are triggered automatically every 24 hours. So this is nothing but this is also going to check on from your Azure means update manager friend. So first policy is checking within your OS level. Second policy, this policy is checking your at your Azure level. So we have two different types of policies. So you need to understand these policies, and we need to assign one, two, three policies to my environment.
all are interlinked and they are sub policies to other.
Yes, yes, yes. That's right.
Okay.
So let me wait for some more time. It should get enabled here. So I think it's still not applied. The policies should come here. So only still another two policies are still showing as non-compliant, has been not run yet. So we need to wait till it's get completed. So check periodical checks for missing system updates. It has been completed. If you click here, it will found one resource. Compliant status, it's completed. So one resource that is called as VM02. See, he has only found that this is only VM02 where he can configure your periodical checks for missing updates. So go for Azure Update Manager and you can see pending updates still showing as 0. Why? Because that policy is still not applied or still not run. It is also showing me as non-compliant. The scope is showing as wrong. So, but the scope should be SIGO 10x only. Let me see the scope for this. Same scope is there. Okay. So let me create one. Let me create one virtual machine. So it was a Windows, sorry, Linux. So let me create one for the Windows. Select the resource group 2. Plus 002. You can use the same plus 001. Use some different location. So you can select standard and image. I'm selecting as Windows 2019. Just at the rate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just at the rate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So deployment in process. Let's see the machines. Yeah. Here I have got two machines, that is called Lustre 001 and VM02. Here you can see no update data, total machines, no pending updates and pending reboots and unsupported. So pending updates, we don't have any pending updates. See, I found no update data for two machines. Patch orchestration configuration of Azure Virtual Machine. One is and Windows Automatic and another is called as Image Default. Only support for Linux VMs. This mode default patch options in an image used to create the VMs. So, and here we have Windows Automatic Updates. Let's wait for some time. This virtual machine we have created with an image, right? Let me create another virtual machine. That's the reason why it's not getting updated. That policy we have not applied. We will create another virtual machine. Before that, let me go and see test 001. Check for updates. Go for update option here. See, periodical assessment is yes now. So it shows me that the periodical assessment is up now, and go for history. And for the schedule. In the same way, you check for VM002. So still it's not in enable format. Yes, Fahid.
So whatever the virtual machines running with the owner, it will, I mean, the policies will automatically reflect to all those machines, right?
Yeah, policies will reflect to all the virtual machine. That's the reason why I was telling that. So these patching which we need to configure, and we need to make sure that it has been working. So periodical assessment also we can enable it, as we have already applied the policy. One virtual machine we have not enabled, means by default it's not getting enabled through a policy. We will do it manually. I will show you manually also how we can enable your periodical assessment for that virtual machine. But for every 24 hours it will start rechecking it. So what we will do is we will do manually right now, and we will schedule the patch management. Okay, patching schedule. Okay.
Yeah, right.
So generally it will take 24 hours to get this data. Okay. So what we will do right now is we will see that one out of two machine did not have periodical assessment enabled. Why? Because one machine is already have an periodical assessment enabled, which I have seen right now. That is called as 02. Sorry, test 001, which has periodical assessments enabled. So if you want to enable periodical assessment, you can go here, or else from here also you can enable it. But I don't want to enable from here. So I will go from update manager. I will update through an update manager. So I will select a virtual machine here, and for which it will display all the virtual machines which are in my environment. I will select virtual machine 2, and I will select update settings. So when I click on update settings, I am updating the settings for my virtual machine, that is called as my virtual machine 02. So here you can see periodical assessment is currently the disabled state. I am going to enable it. And next is nothing but I am using as customer managed schedule. Why? Because I am going to create a schedule for my patch deployment. so that that schedule can deploy as per the patching. Okay. So I will be clicking on save. So sometimes what we used to get, sometimes we will also get a request that I don't want to update my database server automatically. I want that to be updated manually. At that point, what you need to do is you will be not using that server. You will be not adding that server to your configuration automation maintenance window. So you will be doing it from one-time updates. You are selecting here, select that virtual machine and click on one-time update, so that you will be adding this machine to a one-time update and you will be patching the data. So here also you can do one-time update. We will see that as well. So let's jump in. So let's go to virtual machine console. Here you can see, just refresh it. VM02, now it should be set. Periodical assessment, yes. So it was periodical assessment is yes. So go for history. Let's check, is there any pending patches, and go for schedule. There are no schedules is created for this virtual machine. So I will be creating now a schedules from Azure Update Manager. So I will check for pending updates. I will click on pending updates and I will see is there any pending updates are there or not. So why it is not reflecting me any pending updates? Because periodical checks has not performed on this machine. So we have enabled periodical checks, but it will check for every 24 hours. Okay. So periodical checks is not yet run. So what we will do is uh, we will configure the maintenance window and see. Let us see. So let me create one maintenance window saying as create new. Okay. And here I will be selecting as anything I can select. I'm selecting as resource group 2, resource group 3. Okay. And here the configuration Windows underscore update. Okay. Say region is East location, East US. So here I need to select an operating system or the computer is an OS image. I need to update, or I need to update a guest operating system. What I need to update? So I am using a guest operating system. Okay. And require, if reboot is required, reboot is required if always reboot, you have a never reboot, and reboot if required. So why, when we will select never reboot is, so sometimes there are some application dependencies where we will select a never reboot and we will patch the server and give the handover to an application team. They will reboot as per their order. Okay. So in this case we will select as never reboot and we will patch the server. So I'm selecting as reboot if required, and now I need to select my schedule when I want to schedule my patches. So what I will do is I will create an add schedule. Here you need to mention the date and time. So I will use today's date itself. So instead of 12 a.m. I will be using as around 11:15. Okay, it's 11:30, not 15. 11 p.m. So it won't accept me to apply as 11 p.m. because at least there should be a time gap of 15 minutes. Let me show you that as well. So maintenance window hour. So how many hours the maintenance window should be there? So for what I want to do, I want to do it on daily basis or weekly basis or monthly basis. So if I select as, see, start date and time date must be at least 15 minutes after the maintenance configuration. Okay, I need to use a maintain 15 minutes. So let me take as 10 p.m. Okay, now it will accept. So I will use a monthly. So once I use a monthly, I need to specify first month, second month, sorry, first every first week or second week that I need to specify. So I'm saying every month it should repeat. So I need to on what time it on every first, second, third on date. It's asking me a date. So instead of date, I will select as first. Okay. So why I'm selecting first week, first Monday, second Monday, third Monday, fourth Monday? Why? Because our Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday days we have. Why? Because Microsoft release their patches of every month, second Tuesday. So on the second Tuesday, the Microsoft will release the patches. For example, let me see. This month Tuesday falls on second, and on 9th Microsoft will release their patches. So I will schedule this my window in the form of, like, let me take a second Thursday or second Friday. Let me say today is a Friday, so that is so I will select second Friday. So every month of second Friday, this schedule will be going to run. So at what time? At 11:10 p.m. So I can specify the end time also, but I don't want to specify it. Or if you want to specify the end time and date, so it will run that schedule on start date and end date. It will start on 11:10 and it will end around 12, 13, 14, means whatever it may be the date. So you can specify that. I am not specifying this one right now. So I will clicking on save. So it's nothing but schedule. You need to concentrate on a schedule. It's today 11:10 p.m. and our time zone, Indian time zone, and maintenance window I am using 3 hours 55 minutes, and repeat for every 1 month, that is on every second Friday. So I will be saving this configuration. Okay, say next. I need to add a resource now, so I will click on add. So basics I have done. Then I will go for a resource. So here I need to add a resource. You can see I have two resources available. Okay. So which one is a Windows one? This one is a Windows one. So I am adding this. Select save. So this virtual machine has been added now. Say dynamic scope. So dynamic scope means you can add your scope based upon, you can use by filters, and you can add by resource group and all. So I am not using that as well. Okay. So next, for updates, right? This is very much important here. Which type of updates you want to install? So include your update classifications, or include your KB articles, or include your packages. So if I say Windows critical updates and security updates, so if I want to add include update classification, so here I got an option. So if what for your Linux machine, I am selecting security and critical updates. If I select all, so all will be get selected. For my Windows critical and security updates, let me do for the first time I am doing it. So let me select all and say add. Okay, so all the updates will be taken. So here you can use your update classifications, and if you have a specific KB article, you can define your KB article saying that this KB article need to be installed on this particular virtual machine. Or if you want to exclude any KB article, if you found that the a particular KB article is impacting my application, then you can exclude that KB article by using an exclude KB article ID. You can exclude that. Okay. Say next. Event, I am not going to use any events need to be get generated. So tags, by default I am not using any tags right now. Next is review. It's great. KB article is nothing but it's a update patch name. Microsoft will release the patches in the form of KB article only. If you can see on your laptop also, let me see. Go for command CMD, and here I will type an hotfix. Okay. So if you can see the KB, it starts from KB. So Microsoft release their patches in the form of KB articles, which we are calling as hot fixes. So you can exclude, if you want to exclude any KB article, you can exclude this KB article also. It depends. Okay, now my deployment is completed successfully. So go for update manager, go for maintenance configuration. So my maintenance has been configured successfully. What I will do is I will change my update. Why? Because it is lesser than 15 minutes. So I need to keep it as uh, 15 minutes lesser. So go for settings. Here you can see the resources. What are the resources where your virtual machine is going to deploy? And you can also see as updates. So what are the updates which I have mentioned here? History, if any schedule has been done or not. So I'm changing the schedule now. So going for schedule. So I'm going to edit the schedule right now. Schedule was updated. Okay. So let's wait for till that time. Okay. So meanwhile we'll come to an Azure Update Manager, and here we can see it also you can use an task for scheduling as well. So we are not doing it right now. Going for Update Manager and go for machines. Still showing us no pending updates. So for the Linux, I will do as on time. So one time update, I will select this and virtual machine, and I will select one time update to demonstrate you. So I will select one time update and I will click on add virtual machine. So here you can see 9 pending updates are there. Okay. How did I got this information? So now it has been updated. 9 pending updates are there. You can go for pending updates column under manage. You can see total pending updates are 9. So that too, and Linux Windows update pendings. These updates need to be installed. Okay. Let's go for virtual machine again. Okay. Let's select virtual machine VM02 and go for updates. Periodical updates are yes. Go for history. See, there is one already scheduled has been run. So this is a assessment. It's a default assessment has performed on this machine. So periodical assessment has already performed on this machine, and it's an automation. It's an automatically perform. I did not done anything. I did not run any update settings. I did not run any update manager. It automatically run the periodical assessments, and it said that 9 updates are pending. So in the same fashion, you can check your test 02 also. Test 01. Go for updates. Let me see. Is there any updates has been done for this or not? No, not yet. Okay. Let me re-verify whether the schedules has been assigned to this virtual machine or not. Go for scheduling. See, we have one schedule is assigned and nothing, it has been not yet run. Okay. Let's go back to Azure Update Manager, and from where I will check whether this machine is enabled for periodical updates or not. Select this one and say update settings. Update settings. Yes, it's in enable stage. So patch orchestration is also showing us customer managed patch. This I need not to do any changes over here. So simply cancel it. So by defaultly by at the time of my 11:15, it will start running my schedule. Okay. So before scheduling, we also need to run a assessment first. Okay. So at this schedule, what will happen? Schedule will pick up the patches which are pending and it will start installing the pending patches. Okay. So let us see what will happen. Okay. Okay. Let me go and install one-time updates on my virtual machine 02. Select this one and go for one-time updates. Say add machine. Now this machine is added. Click on next. What you want to update? So you want to update, you want to classify, select the update classifications. You need to select. So I have selected all. So I will remove this one right now and I will say, okay, let me keep it all only. Say next. Reboot if required. Okay. And maintenance window in time it's 235 minutes. So I will keep it like that, no problem. Select next. Say install. You can check the status in your history column, machines, and maintenance run ID. So if it is an automation, then it will reflect here. If it is an manual, you are reflecting here. So as we have not configured anything through the maintenance, so that's the reason maintenance ID. What do you mean by maintenance ID? Let me duplicate the tab. I want to show you the maintenance configuration. Go for maintenance configuration. Click on Windows Update. For settings and go for settings. This is your maintenance ID. You can see ID resource ID. Okay. Schedule. Yeah, still it is in process. Yes. See, periodical assessment is already completed uh, for this virtual machine. Okay, test 001. So let's go for pending updates. See, total pending updates are 4 in one machine. That is, these are Windows pending updates. So now these pending updates will be get installed. Okay, that on 11:15 p.m. Let me wait. Let me Yeah. So it has been succeeded. You can see 9 patches has been installed, updates installed. 9 out of 9 has installed. Install update, and here you can see manual update. And here we have done the manual assessment. And here it's a periodical assessment which has been performed on test 001. This is on Windows and this is a Linux. Okay. Let's wait for another couple of minutes. Yes. Let's wait for another 2 to 3 minutes. It will start your updates. So now in my environment, settings, updates. We are into a maintenance configuration. Come back on your Azure portal. Here you can see pending updates. So we have only pending updates, that is 4 in one machine. Okay. And for Linux, we don't have any pending updates. If you want to verify, you can go here in a machines column where it shows you that pending updates 1, pending for reboot 0, unsupported. Why it is calling as unsupported? Because you cannot patch Windows 10 or Windows 11 operating systems from this Azure Update Manager. This is one of the drawback. So why? Because that are called as a client-based operating systems. So that are patched through an iTunes or WSUS server, but that cannot be patched through an update manager. So that type of servers will be shown for you in an unsupported format. Okay. So here it's a pending updates. Here it's showing as no pending updates. So Linux virtual machine is up to date, and we don't have any pending updates. So associated schedule is one schedule is already associated with this. Any queries? Is it clear with everyone, or do you have any issues or any issues in understanding? Yes, it should run now. So let me check for an history. Go for maintenance run ID. Yes. So you can see it's in progress. Operation is already in a started update. How many updates are there? Still, it is showing in a progress. So our patching has successfully deployed. So we are successfully going to install the patches by using a scheduler, or you can call as maintenance configuration. By defining a maintenance, we can configure our schedule. So what are the policies? First condition is you need to apply policies. Then you need to create, you need to verify your either periodical assessment has been enabled or not. Wait till periodical assessment is been enabled. And after periodical assessment is enabled, so manager will check the virtual machines, and it will find if what are the pending patches are need to be installed. It will display you under the patch column. uh, it's patching updates, so it displays the information, and after that you can create your scheduler, or you can create a maintenance configuration. History, you can see here by machines, it's displaying you the information by machines. And here you have maintenance run id. It's nothing but your schedule configurations, every schedules, whether it has been run or not run or fail. So this information will be provided over here. Here I'm going to add, what I'm going to add is nothing but whenever I create I am going to add a maintenance window to a particular resource group. So whenever I create any resources, any virtual machines in a particular resource group, by defaultly, automatically it need to be added to my uh, maintenance window. So here, Scheduling recurring updates using Azure Update Manager. This we already done that. Scheduling recurring updates. So we have done set configure periodical checks, set prerequisites, and scheduling recurring updates. A machine should be configured for periodical checks. So we used to do this policy. So here you can use Azure Update Manager in Azure to save recurring development schedule to install operating system updates for your Windows. Okay, here I can use an assign policy. So I am going to specify my scope to my particular resource group, that is called as RG03. Okay, I'm selecting this, say next, and here I am using my ARM ID. See, I am using this my as a ARM ID. So how can I get that ARM ID? So go for your update manager, go for maintenance configuration, go for Windows update, and in this Windows update you have to go with properties. You can see you have a ID. You need to copy this. Okay. You update in your create. Role assignment is successfully created. So where I have assigned this role, I have assigned this to an resource group 3. So let me go and create one virtual machine in my resource group 3. I have selected my resource group 3, test 002, whatever it may be the zone. Let me select the zone 2. I am using the same virtual Windows machine, same default passwords. Let me change my password. Yes, my virtual machine has been created now. Let us go for virtual machines. Test 002, it's in resource group 3. I'm selecting this and go for updates. See, by defaultly periodical assessment is enabled. Okay, and go for schedule. Still no schedule has been updated. Let me check after some time. It should update. Let's wait for some time. It should get updated. Windows Update Manager. Let's see if the resources are added. No, it's not yet added yet. Let's wait for some more time. Okay, let's go and check. Is my pending updates are still there? Yes, still there. For machines, 4 pending updates for test 01. So here no update data, still no update assessment has been performed. Let us check the history. It will give you the complete information what's going on in the background. Still it is in process. It will take some lot of time to update all the patches. Yeah, it will take some time. Let's keep it like this only. We will verify tomorrow and see how many updates are pending and how many updates are not installed. Okay. Meanwhile, let me see, is there any update happened for my, let's see what yes. See, did I add a test 0 to my schedule? No, I have not added. But by defaultly, it has been. I got a scheduled over here. Why? Why? Because through a policy which I have applied the policy on a particular resource group. So whenever I create any server, any any virtual machine in a resource group 2, by defaultly it will be added to my maintenance window. So my maintenance window, you can go here and you can check maintenance configuration. And here, if you can click on the maintenance configuration, you will find a resources. Go to the resources. You are going to see, yeah, test 02. So I have not added any resources manually. It is an automated process that is through as policy. Which policy I have used? Which policy I have used to perform that activity? I have used a policy schedule recurring updates using Azure Update Manager. This is a policy I have used to update my scheduler by defaultly. So I have associated resource group 2, resource group 3 for a particular policy, so that any virtual machine created in a particular resource group 2 will be added to my maintenance configuration. Okay. Is it clear with everyone? Okay. So, okay, Phil, let's end up the class here. So, inshallah, we will meet on Monday. And okay. So inshallah we will meet on Monday and we will see, we will work on storages, Azure storages. Okay, thanks everyone. Bye for now. Yeah, inshallah.